Good morning, students. Okay, so in our today's class we are going to see exercise 5G. Okay, so in this exercise it is just a continuation, we can say, of the previous exercise in which we had solved how to divide decimal numbers by whole numbers, right? So here also we are going to divide decimal numbers or whole numbers by other whole numbers, but here they have given us the division that we have to divide it up to a certain limit. Okay, so like here in the first question they have told us calculate to one decimal place, and in the second they have told us that calculate to two decimal places. So decimal places, one decimal place or two decimal places means what? After the decimal point you have to put only one digit. Okay, one decimal place means after the decimal point in the division, in the answer, whatever you get, in that answer after the decimal point only one number should come. Okay, and for two decimal places after the decimal point two digits should come. Okay, so let's see how to do this. The first sum is 35 divided by 3. So the normal division, the way we do division, we have seen in the previous exercise. The same way we are going to do the division here. So it is 35 divided by 3. So I write 3 outside and 35 inside. Okay, now I divide. So 3 ones are 3. We know 3 ones are 3. So nothing is carried out. So now we go to the next digit. The next digit is 5. So 3, again 3 ones are 3 only will come, because if we take 3 twos are 6, then 6 will be greater than 5. We want a number which is 5 or lesser than 5. So we will take 3 ones are 3. Now 5 minus 3 is 2. So 2 is left. Okay, so 2 is left. So what we will do now to solve it further, we take a point here in the quotient. We take a point and we add number of zeros. Okay, so here you can add as many zeros as you want. But for me now I will add only 2 zeros. Okay, if I need more I will add them further. Okay, so now this number becomes 20, that is 20. This 2 I will write in red, that is to come to know that this is a carried out number. 2 is a carried out number. So this now has become 20. So now 3 5s are 15, 3 6s are 18. So 3 6s are 18 we get. Okay, now 20 minus 18, again 2 is left. So 2 I carry on the next 0. So this again becomes 20. So again we can divide it by 6. 3 6s are 18. Okay, so you see that here again we are going to get 18, and again 2 is going to be remaining, and the next number is going to be 20, and for that again we will divide it by 6, and we will get 18. Okay, so this 6, the number 6 here is going to be recurring. So this will never stop. Okay, so now they have, see, if you have to write the number to one decimal place, up to one decimal place, then you have to calculate it for two decimal places first. That means you have to find at least 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay, and then we have to round off the number to one decimal place and then write the answer. Okay, like here you can see that the answer which we have got is 11.66. Okay, now we have to round this number to one decimal place. That means we will have only one digit after the decimal point. So we don't need the next digit which is there, but we need to round it off. To take only one decimal place, we have to round it off. We cannot just write this as 11.6. Okay, we have to round off the other number. So other number, to round off this to one decimal place, we have seen this also, rounding off numbers to the nearest 10, 100, 1000, or to the first decimal place and second decimal place, right? So here when you have to round it off to the first decimal place, you will check the number which is next to it or after it. So after 6 here is again 6, and 6 is greater than 5. So if it is greater than 5, then what we do, we add 1 to the previous number. So if we add 1 to this 6, this becomes 11.7. Okay, so this is our rounded off number to one decimal place. So 35 divided by 3, the answer is 11.7. Okay, here if you see that this 6 is going to be continued further. Okay, but we have to stop it somewhere. That is why they have asked us to calculate to one decimal place only. So if one decimal place, we have to check the number after it and round it off to one decimal place. Okay. So this was the answer of the first sum. Now the second sum. The second is 8.2 divided by 5. Similarly, we divide here 5, 8.2. Okay. Now 5 ones are 5. Okay. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So that 3 will be carried out to the next number. Now this number is over, means I have divided this number by 5. Now after this number there is a decimal point. So right after this, the first number, after dividing the first number, I will put a point. Okay. So this becomes 1 point. Okay. Now 5 6 are 30. We know that the number is 32. So 5 6 are 30. So I write 6. Okay. And as I told you, if they have told us to calculate up to one decimal place, we have to find the answer to 2 decimal places and then round it off to one decimal place. So here I need one more number here, one more digit. Okay. So what will I do? I will carry the remaining number onto the next one. So what will be carried? We know that 5 6 are 30 and the number is 32. So 32 minus 30 is 2. So 2 will be carried. Now there is no number after 2. So what will be there? There will be a 0. See, if you have a point here, if you have a decimal point, you can add as many zeros as you want. Okay. So I added 1 0. Now I get 5 into what is 20. Now this number is 20. So 5 4s are 20. Now no number is getting carried out. So the answer which we have got is 1.64. Okay. So we have got 2 decimal places after the 2 digits after the decimal point, but we have to round it off to only one decimal place. So 1 decimal place means up to the first decimal place. So now we check the number which is after 6 here. It is 4 and 4 is lesser than 5. So we need not add 1 to the previous number. So this number will be rounded off to one decimal place will be 1.6. Okay. So this is the answer. Now the next question. Next question is similar to the first one. Only here they have asked us to calculate it up to 2 decimal places. So if we have to calculate to 2 decimal places, we will have to write or continue the division up to 3 decimal places, and then we can round it off to 2 decimal places. Okay. So let's do the first one. It is 2.457 divided by 2. So I write 2.457. Okay. So we know that 2 ones are 2. Nothing is left. Now 2 is being divided. So after 2 there is a decimal point. So here after 1 I will put a decimal point. Okay. Now 2 2s are 4. So again nothing is remaining. Now 2 2s are again 4 and 1 is remaining here. Okay. So 1 I carry on the next number. So this becomes 70. So 2 8s are 16. Again 1 is left. So 1 can be carried to the next number. Okay. Now we needed only 3 numbers after the decimal point, 3 digits. Okay. So we have got this. So we need not go on dividing it further. Okay. Once we have got, see, they have asked us to calculate to 2 decimal places. For 2 decimal places, we need to find 3 digits after the decimal point. Now here we have got 3 digits after the decimal point, so we can stop here. Okay. No need to further go on dividing. Okay. So this becomes, the answer which we have got is 1.228. So we have to now convert it or round it to 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places means what is the second decimal place here? The second decimal place is this. Okay. Now we have to round it off to this decimal place. So we have to check the number which is after 2. So after 2 is 8 and 8 is greater than 5. So this 2, 1 will be added. Okay. So this will become 3. So the number will become 1.23. Okay. Understood? Now the second one. The second one is 17 divided by 8. So I write 17 and 8. Now 8, if we check the first number, it is lesser than 8. So 8 zeros are zeros I write, and then 1 is carry. Okay. Now 8 2s are 16. We know that 8 2s are 16. So I write 2. Now this here the number is 17. 17 minus 16 is 1. So 1 will be carried to the next number. Okay. Now there is no number after 7 here, right? The number is finished. The number is over 17. So we can add zeros here by putting a decimal point in the quotient. Okay. So I put a decimal point here and I add 2 zeros or I add 3 zeros. Okay. So now this becomes 10. Now 8 ones are 8. Now 10 minus 8 is 2. So 2 will be carried to the next 0. Now this becomes 20. 8 2s are 16. 8 3s are 24. So 3 will not come. 2 will come. 8 2s are 16. So 8 2s are 16. Now 20 minus 16 is 4. So 4 is carried. See here up till now we have found only 2 digits after the decimal point. We have to find 3 digits. Okay. So I will take this division also. So 8 and this is 40. We know that 8 5s are 40. So I write 5. Okay. So now I have got 3 digits after the decimal point. So I stop here. And as it is, the division has also ended. Okay. So what have I got? The answer 2.125. Okay. We have to now write it off to 2 decimal places only. So the number in the second decimal place is 2. Now we check the number after 2 is 5. 5 is equal to 5. So we have to add 1 to this 2. Okay. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3 and the answer becomes 2.13. Okay. Once we find 3 numbers for 2 decimal places, we need to find 3 digits after the decimal point and then round it off to 2 digits. Okay. So we have seen this rounding also of the decimal places. So using that we have to round the given numbers to 2 decimal places or to 1 decimal place. Okay. So this was the first and the second question. Now we go to the third question. Now the third question is again calculate to 2 decimal places, but here the sums which are given to us are word problems. Okay. So let's solve. The first one is $247 shared equally between 7 people. So there is an amount which is $247 and that amount is to be shared between 7 people. So that 7 people get equal amount. Okay. So what do we do for this? We have to divide. So we have to divide that amount between 7 people. So divide the amount by 7. So I write $247 is divided by 7. Okay. So what is this division? 7 and 247. Okay. Now the first number will be 0 because 2 is lesser than 7. Okay. Then this 2 will be carried on the second number. So this will become 24. Now 7 3s are 21. 7 4s are 28. So 7 3s are 21 we have to take. Okay. So 7 3s are 21. Now 24 minus 21 is 3. So 3 will be carried to the next number. Yes. Now this has become 37. Now 7 4s are 28. 7 5s are 35. 7 6s are 42. So 6 we cannot take because 42 is greater than 37. So what we have to take? 7 5s are 35. Okay. So I write 7 5s are 35. Now 37 minus 35 will be 2. So 2 will be carried. Okay. But there are no numbers after this. So what we do? We put a point here and we add. See, I have to calculate to 2 decimal places. So I will add 3 zeros so that I get 3 numbers after the decimal point. Okay. Now this has become 20. 7 2s are 14. 7 3s are 21. 21 we cannot take. So we have to take 7 2s are 14. So I write 2s are 14. 20 minus 14 is 6. So I write 6 here. Okay. Now 7 7s are 49. 7 8s are 56. So 7 8s are 56 and 60 minus 56 is 4. So 4 will be carried here. Now 7 5s are 35. 7 6s are 42. So 6 we cannot take. So we will take 5. So 7 5s are 35. Now what will be remaining? 5 will be carried. But now here we have got 3 digits after the decimal point. And we have to round it off to 2 decimal places. So here we will stop. Okay. So now the answer which we have got is 35.285. Okay. But we have to round it off to 2 decimal places. So the number in the second decimal place is 8. And after 8 is 5. So 1 in number 8. So this will become 35.29. Okay, so this is our answer. So this means that when $247 is shared or divided between 7 people, then each person will get how many dollars? $35.29. Okay, so answer is $35.29. So every person will get $35.29. Now the second one is, what is the missing side length of a rectangle when with area 47 centimeter square and width 3 centimeter? That means we have a rectangle which is given to us and its area is given to us. So area is 47 centimeter square. Okay, and the length they have told us to find, and the width is given to be 3 centimeters. Okay, so we know what is the area of a rectangle formula. Area of the rectangle is equal to length into width. Okay, now the length is not given to us, but the width is given to us and the area is given to us. Okay, so wherever area is written, we will put area, and wherever width is written, we will put the width which is given. Okay, so area is given to us as 47 is equal to, length is not given. So in place of length, I will write L, and that length only I have to find. Okay, and in place of width, here it is length multiplied by width. So length multiplied by width. What is width? 3 centimeters. So I put 3 here. Okay, so this is what I have got. Now we see that here we have to find L. Okay, length we have to find, but there is 3 along with it. So we have to take this 3 to the other side, so that only length is left and we could find length. So we know that multiplication and division. See here, 3 is being multiplied to L. So what is the inverse operation of multiplication? Inverse operation of multiplication is division. That means if we take 3 to the other side, it will get divided to 47. Okay, so this becomes 47 divided by 3 is equal to L. That means how will we get L? When we divide 47 by 3, we will get L. That is the length. Okay, so let's divide. What is 47 divided by 3? So I write 47. 3 ones are 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 remains. 3 5s are 15. 3 6s are 18. So 5 I have to take. 3 5s are 15. 17 minus 15 is 2. So 2 remains. Now this is over. So I put a point and I take 3 zeros. Why 3 zeros? Because I have to find that up to 2 decimal places. Okay, so this is 20 now. 3 7s are, 3 5s are 15, 3 6s are 18. So 3 6s are 18. Again 2 will be left. Again 3 6s are 18. 20 minus 18 is again 2. So this again is 6. Okay, this will go on continuing. Again 2 will be carried. So this will go on continuing, but we have to stop up to 3 digits because we need to find it to up to 2 decimal places. Okay, so the answer which we have got is 15.666, but we have to calculate up to 2 decimal places only. So the second decimal place number is 6. After 6 is again a 6 which is greater than 5. So we add 1 to this number 6. So adding 1 to 6 becomes 7. So this becomes 15.67. Okay, the second decimal place number will be added by 1. So this becomes 15.67. So this is the length of the given rectangle. So we write length of the given rectangle is 15.67 centimeters. Why centimeters? Because the area also was given to us in centimeter square and the width also was given to us in centimeters. So the length will be in centimeters only. Okay, so this was the second word problem. Now we go to, okay. So the third sum now is the total mass of 6 bread rolls is 400 grams and the total cost of 6 bread rolls is $0.85. one bread roll and what is the cost of one bread roll. That means there are 6 bread rolls, of which the mass of all the 6 bread rolls is 400 grams. That means all the 6 bread rolls weigh 400 grams. Their weight is 400 grams. And the total cost of 6 bread rolls is $0.85. So if the total weight is given, we have to find the weight of each bread roll. That is, for one bread roll, what is the weight? Okay. And similarly, if the total cost of 6 bread rolls is 0.85, we will have to find the cost of one bread roll. Okay. So the first one is, what is the mass of one bread roll? So first we will write the mass of 6 bread rolls which is given to us. So they have given mass of 6 bread rolls. So what is the mass of 6 bread rolls? Mass of 6 bread rolls is 400 grams. So I write 400 grams. Now we want to find the mass of one bread roll. So therefore mass of one bread roll will be what? What do we have to do here? See, in place of 6 I have written 1 here. That means when I will divide this 6 by 6, okay, when will I get 6 divided by 6? When will I get 1 in place of 6? That means here the number given was 6. Okay. Now I have to write number 1 in place of it. So how do I write 1? If I divide this by 6, I will get 6 1s are 6, 6 1s are 6, so we get 1. Right? So what am I doing here to get 1? I am dividing this number by 6. Similarly, if I divide this number by 6, whatever changes we do on one side of equal to sign, the same changes we have to do to the other side. So here also this number we will have to divide by 6. Okay? Or in simple words, if the mass of 6 or 10 or how many ever whatever is given to here the number, if whatever is given to here, if you have to find the mass of one thing or anything of 1, then what we do, we divide the given number by this. Okay? So we have to divide this 400 grams by 6. Right? Why? Because for 6 bread rolls, the mass is 400 grams. So what will be for 1? When we divide 400 by 6, we will get the mass of 1 bread roll. Right? So I have to divide 400 by 6. So let's divide what is 400 by 6. And this also we have to count up to 2 decimal places. Okay? So let's start. 4 is lesser than 6, so 0. Then this becomes 40. Then 6 6 are 36, right? So 6 6 are 36. Again 4 remains. Okay? Then again 6 6 are 36. Again 4 will be remaining. And now the numbers are over. So I put a point and I take 3 zeros because I want 3 digits after the decimal point. So again this will go on repeating because 6 6 are 36 only we are going to get, and from 40 if you minus 36 we will always get 4 which will be carried. Okay? So again here also we get 6 6 are 36, 4 is carried, then again 6 6 are 36, again 4 is carried, again 6 6 are 36, again 4 will be carried. But we want only 3 digits after the decimal point, so we take this. So we have got 66.666. Okay? Now this will go on continuing, okay, further, but we have stopped only with 3 digits. Okay? Now we have to calculate it up to 2 decimal places only. So the second decimal place number is 6. So we need to check the number which is after the second decimal place. So here it is 6, and 6 is greater than 5, so we need to add 1 to this 6. So 6 plus 1 becomes 7. So this number on rounding becomes 66.67. Okay? So what was this? This was the division of 400 by 6, right? So this is the division of this 400 by 6. So that was mass of one bread roll. So the mass of one bread roll is how much? 66.67 grams. Okay? So I write here mass of one bread roll is 66.67 grams. Okay. Now the second one, it is similar, but here the cost of 6 bread rolls is given and we have to find the cost of one bread roll. So for 6, if it is $0.85, then for one bread roll it will be 0.85 divided by 6, right? So cost of 6 bread rolls is equal to $0.85. Okay. Therefore, cost of one bread roll is equal to $0.85 divided by 6. Okay. So I have to divide 0.85 by 6. Okay. This also we have to find to 2 decimal places. Now let's start. 6, this is 0, so this will be 0. 6 zeros are 0. Now there is a decimal point after 0, so I put a decimal point. Now 6 ones are 6. Now 8 minus 6 is 2, so 2 will be carried. Now 6 fours are 24. Now again 1 is carried. Now there is no number after this 5 here, okay? So but we need one more digit, so we have to divide. So we have to put number of zeros. Okay, now I need only one digit, so I have put only 1 0. And it is not that we have to put again a decimal point here and then add number of zeros. Once we have a decimal point in the number, we can add as many zeros as we want. Okay, so we don't have to put a decimal point again. A decimal point comes only once in a given number. Okay, so now this has become 10. Now we know that 6 ones are 6. So again 10 minus 6, 4 will be remaining. This will go on continuing, but we know we need only 3 digits. So we have got 3 digits. So we have got 0.141. Okay, we have to calculate to 2 decimal places only. So the number in the second decimal place is 4, and after 4 there is 1, and 1 is lesser than 5. So we don't have to add 1 to 4. So this will remain as it is. So this will be 0.14. Okay. So if the cost of 6 bread rolls is $0.85, the cost of one bread roll is how much? $0.14. Okay. So I write cost of one bread roll is $0.14. This is in dollars, okay, because the cost here was given in dollars. So $0.14. Okay. So this was all about exercise 5G, I guess. So yes, we will stop here now and we will continue in the next class with other exercise, the next exercise. Okay students, goodbye.